This story just in. An outbreak of mumps in westernmost Canada has been traced to a religious group opposed to vaccinations because they believe such are an affront to God, health officials said Wednesday. There have been 116 confirmed cases of mumps and another 74 suspected cases in the Vancouver area since February, said the Fraser Health Authority. The outbreak has led to meningitis, deafness, and concerns about sterility in several people, officials said. And the number of cases is expected to jump dramatically as students return to school next week. The source of the outbreak is a Christian community near Chilliwack, about 100 kilometres from Vancouver, the health authority told AFP. My understanding is their interpretation of Scripture is that to immunise would be to show a lack of faith in God's ability to protect them, and therefore they choose not to do that. Elizabeth Brodkin of the Fraser Health Authority told public broadcaster CBC. Mumps immunisation began in Canada in 1969. In 1996, doctors began administering 2 doses of the vaccine after studies found 1 is sometimes not enough. Mumps is spread through saliva and can cause painful swelling of salivary glands, testicles, ovaries, pancreas, thyroid, and breasts. In severe cases, it can also lead to meningitis. Now, folks, this story presents to us a perfect example of why the argument that religious beliefs are ultimately a personal thing, or a benign social force, is such a nonsensical argument. In their ignorance, this community of religious fools has placed surrounding communities at risk by mere dint of their refusal to do something sensible. Their justification for non-action is as clear an example of the egregious folly of religious conviction as one could ever hope to witness. So, protecting themselves from disease in such a way is supposedly an affront to God. I've actually experienced this mentality firsthand in my dealings with the Christian Science cult. But surely, to be consistent with this logic, protecting themselves from any circumstance must be an affront to God, to a God willing to protect them from harm. I presume these Christians don't bother to use seatbelts in public transport, or concern themselves with whether food is past its use-by date, or bother even to brush their teeth or use treated or boiled water. I imagine you could think of 100 ways in which people ordinarily protect themselves from potential harm using some form of technological intervention. Of course, it's not only religious types that oppose vaccination programs, but they're the only ones doing so for such stupefyingly mindless reasons. Now, the idea behind this video is not to attack these Christians. They're not bad people. They're simply ignorant even of their own ignorance. The idea of this video is simply to use this example to point out that metaphysical beliefs are not private nor socially benign matters. Metaphysical beliefs inform many of our thoughts and actions. They inform our values, which drive most of our thinking and behaviour in the world. Trust me, your beliefs are someone else's problem.